The crown is heavy, but the burden of a wayward son is heavier. In a television moment that has sent shockwaves from the streets of London to the hills of Montecito, Megyn Kelly recently delivered a blistering, no-holds-barred roast of Prince Harry that stripped away the carefully curated veneer of the victim prince. As the cameras rolled, Kelly exposed what many have long suspected: a pattern of calculated narcissism and a stunning lack of loyalty that has left the British monarchy in a state of perpetual defense. This wasn't just another media critique, it was a clinical dismantling of a man who appears to have traded his birthright for a Hollywood spotlight, only to find that the light is now burning him. For King Charles III, the message is becoming impossible to ignore: reconciliation may not just be difficult. It might be dangerous for the very survival of the institution. Modernizing the crown and dealing with significant health scares, including the king's own battle with cancer, Harry has remained largely preoccupied with his own legal battles over security and his trauma bonding narrative. Even in 2026, as the king attempts to maintain a dignified silence, Harry's camps continue to leak stories about his desire for peace talks, but only on his terms. This ball is in your court strategy is a classic hallmark of manipulative behavior, shifting the burden of reconciliation onto an aging father who is already carrying the weight of a nation. The danger of the open door. The argument against King Charles taking Harry back is not rooted in malice, but in the protection of the sovereign. History has shown that every time Harry is granted an inch of access, it is later weaponized in a podcast, a book, or an interview. Royal experts have noted that the king is exhausted, and rightly fears that any private conversation held today will become the headline of tomorrow's tabloid. To allow Harry back into the inner fold is to invite a Trojan horse into the palace. He has proven that his primary loyalty is no longer to the House of Windsor, but to the Sussex brand, a brand that thrives on conflict with the establishment. By maintaining a firm distance, the king isn't just being a stern father. He is being a responsible monarch protecting his successor, Prince William, from a brother who has shown no qualms about burning bridges while he is still standing on them. Portraying the controversial prince. Harry's transformation from the beloved people's prince to a controversial figure of global derision is a self-inflicted wound. His recent appearances, labeled by critics as disaster tourism, show a man desperately searching for a role he already had and threw away. Whether it's interjecting himself into wildfire relief for photo ops or complaining about a lack of taxpayer-funded security while living in a multi-million-dollar mansion, the disconnect from reality is profound. He remains the controversial one because he refuses to accept the consequences of his own exit. He wants the perks of royalty, the titles, the protection, the prestige, without the duty, the silence, and the sacrifice that come with them. The roast by Megyn Kelly served as a catalyst for a broader cultural realization. The monarchy cannot heal if the wound is constantly being reopened by the same hand. King Charles owes it to the British people and to the memory of Queen Elizabeth II to prioritize the stability of the throne over the whims of a son who has shown him nothing but public contempt. The path to redemption for Harry must begin with a quiet, private, and prolonged period of genuine change, not a televised plea for reconciliation that coincides with a court case or a product launch. Until that day comes, the gates of the palace should remain firmly shut. 2026 New Year isn't going to be the best for a selfish prince. Harry remains entangled in high-stakes litigation, notably his 9-week trial against Associated Newspapers, where he's expected to testify about invasive hacking. Public favorability has hit record lows. YouGov polls show only 31% of Britons view him positively, while Meghan has plummeted to 19%. Meanwhile, the King and Prince William maintain strong support, 60 to 77%, further isolating Harry as he continues his crusade against the British press.